Hello, good evening. I am Angela Oliphant, your host of Whole and Beautiful, and I am so glad that you all have joined me tonight for a night of information, revelation, and change. Tonight's going to be another phenomenal night. I am right now looking for a specific person who said that they wanted me to send them the link tonight to be a part of the show, and I don't see her. Oh my goodness. But I just wanted to let you all know that tonight is going to be another great night, another great show. I am here with you on tonight, and I want to just share some things with you about you being grateful, being thankful, being the amazing person that you are. Um, so many times we applaud others, and we hello Dana. I am so glad to see you tonight. So many times we applaud other people. We applaud them for what they're doing, and we don't take the time to kind of look at ourselves. We have other people who know the gifting in us more so than we know about our own selves. And I want you to get to know you. I want you to be grateful for who you are. I want you to embrace the person that you are on the way to where you're going. A lot of times we don't do that. We think that once we get to that particular destination, then we can applaud, then we can praise, then we can have fun when we reach that goal or we go to that different place. But I want to let you know that with Whole and Beautiful, what I want you to know is that on your way to being whatever that is that you want to be, or doing whatever that thing is that you want to do, you can do that and enjoy it on your journey. Your journey can be whole and it can be beautiful. You don't have to wait until you get to a specific destination. Yes, be authentically you. And that's my main thing that I wanted to talk to you about tonight, is just being who you are and applauding you and loving on you just for who you are. So when I grew up, good evening, Francina. I am so glad that you are here tonight. Um, when I was growing up, I had this thing where I was a quiet person. I didn't talk to a lot of people. I mainly kept to myself. And it wasn't because I didn't have anything to say. It was because I was just quiet. I would watch people. I would observe them. I would see what they do and everything, but I didn't have a lot to say. But once I got to know you and started to talk to you, then it's like you couldn't shut me up. I would just talk, talk, talk. But I let other people would say different things concerning me that were negative, and I took those things to heart for so long, and I believed what they said, you know, because kids can be like really mean. They can be really hurtful towards other kids. And growing up, I experienced that on the opposite side. I wasn't like the mean girl. I was a nice girl. And I did, had all these different things going on in my mind and in my head of different things that people say to me. That's why I tell people, you know what, words are very powerful. So you have to watch what you say and how you go about saying it. And I try to choose my words when I'm going to speak to somebody or say something to somebody, because I don't want to be hurtful or harmful with the words that I speak. Words are very powerful, and I love words. But I realized that the words that they were speaking to me, I let sit on the inside of me for so long that I started to believe the negative things that people had said, and I wasn't seeing the positive. And anytime somebody would come to me with a positive about myself, I would think, oh, they just saying that because they're trying to be nice. Or they just saying that because, that's my friend, and she's going to say nice things about me. Not thinking, these things are actually true about you. These great things that they're saying about you are the good things concerning you. Do you have areas you can work on? Yes. But what they were speaking to me should have been building me up, but I wasn't allowing it to. I was allowing all the negative things Hey Jay, how are you? I'm so glad you joined in. That's my son, y'all. Hey JR. But I was so just taking in all the negative that everybody said about me. And I rehearsed that negative in my head and in my heart for so long that when people did say positive things or they did say nice things, I was like, oh, that's not true. Oh, that's not gonna work. That I don't believe what they're saying. I'm not, that good of a person, or I'm not this, or I'm not that, because that's what I heard from other people. And I want to let you know that your self talk is powerful. What are you saying to you about you? And you have that is correct, Francine. You have to build up and not tear down. Your words build people up, or they can actually tear them down. Good evening, Dr. Hines. How are you? Yes, stay positive. We always have to stay positive. Hey, Linda, how are you doing? We all have to stay positive about what we're saying to us about us. And I hear that in the mornings when at 8 at 8. If you haven't joined in at 8 at 8, join in tonight. They're gonna be on at 8 at 8, ALH broadcasting. But what are you saying to you about you? It is very powerful, the words that we speak to ourselves, and we can't agree with the negative that somebody else is bringing to you. If somebody is talking to you and they're critiquing something, or they're sharing with you where you can grow and you can be better, that's a whole different story. But when you see that that word is like tearing you down, our words, yes, they do. Our words shape our world. They shape who we are. The words that we speak to each other, the words that we speak to our children, the words that we speak to other people, they either are building those people up or tearing those people down. In the beginning was the word. It was the word. It's like God spoke and things became. And you can speak and see something happen. And you need to be careful about the words that you speak. Not just the words that you release up out of your mouth, but the words that you're speaking on the inside too. Those are powerful too. Your words, people may be, they may forget a lot of things that you do, but they remember your words. They remember what you say. I mean, you think about like when we just celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday and all of that. His words are still living on today. They still rehearse those words. Even if you didn't see like the video footage back in the day, you heard the words all the time. People posting quotes and different things that he said. The words are living on and still hold true, a lot of them today. you know Different words that different people have spoken. Some words have gotten people in trouble where it was like, because of what they said, it put them in a place where they didn't want to be. And because of what somebody else said, put them in the place right where they wanted to be. What is your confession? What are you saying? What are you talking? What is your conversation like throughout the course of the day? How are you speaking to your kids? How are you speaking to yourself? How are you speaking to those that are around you? It's important. It's important for you to speak good things. And I'm not saying that you have to like lie about things just to make it good. You could find the good even in the most worst, I would say, situation. There's somewhere in there that you can find something good, something that you can pull from. If there's nothing like real positive that you're seeing, you may be able to grow from that situation or that circumstance. But you want to be able to speak life to yourself. You want to realize that your journey is can be whole and beautiful. You can be healed as you go. You don't have to wait until the end. Yes, watch your verbiage in this season, right? Because your words are going to direct your path. Your words direct where you're going. And you need to make sure that your words are building this world for you, and it's building up what you want it to build up, and you're not tearing yourself down and turning a knife on your own self. You want to make sure that you are speaking what you want, that you're speaking it out of your mouth, but then also that you're speaking it on the inside. I looked at some different people, and I was looking at just looking at their self-talk. And how did I do that? I read their books, I read their bios, I looked at different things that they were saying, and yes, look for the good and change your perspective. Awesome. I love it. I love the comments tonight. Yay. Everybody's home because of the storm. But it is a good thing. And I am so excited that I was able to go and look at some of these books and look at some of these people's lives, because what they did, their self-talk, helped them change their whole entire lives. I was listening to an interview that was done with Sidney Poitier a while ago. It was done a long time ago, but I was listening to the interview, and it was what he told himself that caused himself to make it when he came to America. He had to do so many different things. It was he was talking about that he had to do, but he spoke to himself. He did not know that he quote unquote did not belong, and because of the color of his skin or and stuff, because he was going to different places, he didn't know, okay, they treat you different if you're in this area because of your skin color being a little darker from everybody else's. He did not realize that. So he didn't have that, like, in his head or in his mind as a part of his foundation. So when he came, he was already free here. He was already free here. So he went as a free person to do. He was like, I'm a person, you're a person. So there was no thing that he would, no familiar thing that he would identify with that would cause him to lower himself or think lower of himself. He thought good things concerning himself. And when he wanted to better himself, he did. He would rehearse and teach himself the English language because he wanted to speak it correctly, and he wanted to do it. So he did that. He wanted the things that he wanted, he went after. And we have to realize that the things that we want, we have to go after them. We can't just expect it to just drop in our laps. And we can't expect it to come when we keep speaking negative concerning ourselves. If you are invited into a room with a lot of dignitaries, so to speak, or people who we deem to be the famous, deem to be, these people that we look up to, and you're invited into that particular room, or you're invited to that particular table or that particular conference or whatever it may be, you deserve to be there. Don't look at it as, oh, I don't need, oh, I don't know. No, honey, if you got the invitation, go. If you're invited to go into that conversation, go into that conversation. Go into that meeting with your head held high, knowing that, you know what, I'm prepared for this. You have to prepare yourself, and you have to speak to yourself, and you have to encourage yourself and continue to grow. Why? Because you're going to get opportunities. So when you get opportunities, you're already prepared. Sometimes when we get those opportunities, because we spoke so much negative to our own selves, we just bow out and say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to be a part of this. I can't, there's no way I can stand in front of these people, or there's no way I can talk to these people. What do I have to say? And you're saying all of this, but there's so much in you. And don't let somebody else know more about what's in you than you know what's in you. You have to know what is in you. You are important to this world. You are that person that others need to see making it. They need to see you out there. They need to know that if they can do it, I can do it too. And they need to see your confidence. Whether you realize it or not, a lot of people are watching you. They are paying attention to you. You may not be standing in front of them teaching a class or anything like that. It could be the person that watches you while you're at work, and you don't even know that they're paying attention to you. I found out, even though I don't talk a lot at work, people are talking about me. But you know what? They're not talking negative. They are talking some good things concerning me. But I don't go around like talking to everybody into to think in my own head. I was like, what do they got to say? There's nothing to say concerning me, but evidently there's a lot to say, you know, because I'm starting to find out some things, and I was like, wow, okay, all right, well, that's good, you know. But we have to realize that people are watching us all the time, and we are leaders whether we want to be or not. There is somebody that is looking at you and they look up to you. They're watching what you do. They're patterning their lives even after what you're doing, and they're saying, "Oh, yeah, that's the person I want to follow after. That's the person I want to glean from. That's the person I want to learn from." So we have to be so careful to know that we are connected. Like I tell y'all a lot, tell my whole and beautiful nation, we are not islands. We are not alone. Hallelujah. Yeah, there is power in your silence too. We are not alone out here. We may seem like we feel like that sometimes, but we are not islands and we don't stand alone. We are connected to each other some type of way. And we have to realize, you know what? I need to do this not only for myself, but the ones that are coming after me, the ones that may be looking up to me that I don't even know. They may not say a word to you at all, that they're watching you and paying attention to you. So make sure that you are speaking kind words. Make sure that you are speaking kind things to yourself. Make sure that you're encouraging yourself. Make sure that you are loving who you are on the way to where you're going. I spoke to someone maybe about a week or so ago, and they were talking about how, you know, they want to lose weight and how they were gonna go to the gym and they was gonna go back to working out and doing some other things. And I was like, that is so awesome that you're doing that. But I told them this. I said, on the way to where you want to be, whatever number you're trying to reach, whatever weight you're trying to get to, enjoy you. Enjoy who you are right now. Embrace who you are right now on the way to where you're going. Don't wait till you hit that specific number. Don't wait till you get to that specific thing and then you say, oh, because I lost X amount of weight, now I'm happy and now I can start being nice to myself or kind. No, embrace yourself right where you are. Right where you are. You know what? Flat, fat, fluffy, whatever you want to call it. You know, I love the skin I'm in. And am I a few pounds above where I want to be? Yes, more than a few. But you know what? I'm going to enjoy myself where I am. And yes, I'm going to keep speaking it and keep saying it until I see it come to pass. And I'm not going to stop speaking the kind things and the good things to myself. Why? Because your words are powerful. So you want to make sure that you are speaking kindly to yourself, because when you speak kindly to yourself, you'll begin to speak kind to everybody else. I have never seen it where people are just mean. They say mean things to people. And I was like, don't you even care? But they have no regard. Some people no regard at all for human life at all. It's like they don't care what rolls off their tongue. But you know what? Be the one that cares. Be the one that cares about what you're saying to yourself. Because when you learn to love who you are, where you are on the way to where you're going, you will do that for other people. You will begin to embrace them and to love them. I look at different people who were told different scenarios concerning themselves, different narratives about themselves. Like, let's say, Oprah Winfrey, who was told that she was not, you know, the way that she looked, she wasn't good for TV. The person that said that, wow, I wonder, you know, what goes through their mind now. And the person that like with the Steve Harvey, who said he wanted to be on TV, and His teacher told him he couldn't. There's no way. You need to find something else that's would be a reality, because that's not going to be your reality. And how he sent her that TV every year so she could see him on TV, because that was something that was in his heart. That was something that he spoke to himself, and he continued to speak it. And now he everywhere on TV. Did it take a while to manifest? Yes, it did. But it did. It manifested. It came to pass. And we have to learn sometimes, like in the even in the Bible, it speaks about the 10 lepers. And I look at their story, and they were healed. The Bible says they were healed as they went. They were healed as they went. He spoke the word to them and told them to go show themselves to the priest. And when he spoke the word, they wasn't healed at that moment. They were not. But as they turned and they began to walk and they began to go to where he told them to go, it was like they looked and they were healed. And you're right, Francina. Nobody can derail your purpose. The only person that I believe can do that is you. If you choose not to do what you're called to do, you have to realize that you've been called to do mighty and great things. And whether your name is in lights or on a screen, or whether it's not, you're still called to greatness. You're still called to do great and powerful things. What is the thing that you have been called to do that you're not doing right now? Or what is the thing that you're allowing somebody to pull you back from that you should be walking into? Excuse me. There's a lot that we pull back from, and we say, oh, no, 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 not me. Yes, yes, you. Go do it. Go do it. My son, I told y'all earlier, I saw him come in, and I'm like, I am so proud of him. He wanted to be a teacher. He told me that, and I was like, I don't even know whether he remembered it or not, but he told me that like back when he was like, I think like in the 6th or 7th grade, he was saying that he wanted to be a history teacher. And I was like, that's what you want to do? And he was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. And he was so excited. I mean, I could just see it in him. So I was like, well, you can do it. Whatever you choose to do is what you can do. You can do it. It's awesome that you chose that. So go after it. Do what you need to do to attain it. And did he have some delays along the way? Yeah, but it wasn't a denial. And he is now walking in that career and doing that thing that he wanted to do, and he's teaching. And I look at it and I say he pursued it. He continued to go after it. He did the work that he needed to do in order to accomplish the goal that he wanted to accomplish. And you have to be able to speak to yourself. You have to be able to be prepared. Prepare yourself for what you want to do. Go study it out and know it. So when the opportunity arises, you don't have to sit there and say, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. No. When the opportunity came to me about this TV program, about being on the radio in the beginning, I was like, yes, ma'am. I'm interested. Did I know how I was going to do it? Nope. Didn't have a clue. All I knew was that this is something I've always wanted to do, and now I've gotten the opportunity to. So I'm going to step into the opportunity. So I was like, God, help me, show me what I need to do, because I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And because of that, connections come, different things come, ideas start bubbling up in you, and you have those ideas. So you need to go forward with those ideas. I look at people like Tabitha Brown, who was told, you know what, you need to get rid of your accent. You talk too country. You talk too much about God to be in this industry. What did she do? She just stayed herself, being authentically who she is. In the beginning, she tried to change, and that wasn't working. But when she did what she could do and be authentic with who she was, everything started to change. Why? Because she was being who she was prepared to be, the person that she was foreordained to be, the person who she is. It's like, do you and be you. Be who you are. There is power in all being authentic. Being authentic, there is power in that because there's nobody else like you. They may be like you in a little bit, they may do something similar the way you do it, but there's nobody that is just like you. You are unique and you are different and you have powerful ideas that need to be seen, things that need to be heard. There's so much in you that and it needs to come out. Other people need to see it. They need to know who you are. And because you will take when you take good care of you and take good care of your thought process, have those things and change. When you hear that whisper, when you hear that on the inside of you, you hear saying, I need to change this, or I need to do this, and I need to do this a little bit different, or I need to do that a little bit different. Listen. Yes, be true to yourself and the gift that is within you. There is a gift on the inside of you. There are many gifts on the inside of you. And if you want them to come forth, you got to nurture. You got to nurture that seed that's already on the inside of you. You need to speak to it. You need to speak to those seeds that are on the inside of you because there's a lot that you can accomplish. There's a lot that you're going to be able to do. Even in this year, there is a lot that you're going to be able to accomplish and do. So you need to do what you need to do. Yes, be you. Be who you are. And believe, yes, Miss A, believe in yourself. That was the next, I had wrote that down. Yeah. Believe who you are. Believe in you. If nobody else don't do the pom-poms for you and clap for you, honey, clap for yourself. And do your own pom-poms for your own self. And tell yourself how great and how wonderful you are. And speak to yourself. Pull those affirmations out and speak life to you. Why? Because you need to. There's so many giftings that are on the inside of us that I don't want to see you not use it. I want to see you use it. I want to see you walk in it. And then when you do, like y'all know what I tell y'all to do. Send me an email at wholebeautiful@gmail.com. Tell me what you started walking into this year. Tell me how you begin to change that self-talk on the inside of you and how it literally changed your life. No matter what happens, I always try to see a positive, or I always try to pull a lesson from it. If I don't see a positive in it, I'll say, God, show me what I can learn from this. Show me what the lesson is. I want to learn and I want to just continue to move. I want to continue to grow. I want to be forever learning. I don't ever want to get to a place where I feel like, man, I plateaued. This is it. No, I'm forever learning. I am forever learning. Yes, like David did. He encouraged himself in the Lord. And we have to encourage ourselves. We have to speak over our own self. We have to stand in the mirror. We're waiting for somebody to give us a word. Speak the word to yourself. Speak that encouragement to yourself. Stand in a mirror and begin to declare who you are. Declare what you're going to walk into. Say what it is that you're desiring to happen in your life. Those giftings, those things that are in this inside of you, you have those ideas and you're like, I wonder. You know what? It comes up in you because it's in you. It's a part of you. It is who you are. So learn how to develop it and to begin to walk in that thing. You have so many gifts on the inside of you. Yes, and your testimony is going to help somebody else. When I look at all these different people, when I look at the Cicely Tysons, the Sidney Poitiers, the Oprah Winfrey's, the Tabitha Brown, TD Jakes guys. I mean, go back, look at his story. you know. And I just saw like a clip of something that he was talking about today about just about himself and how he actually got started with doing some different things. I'm like, wow. And people, sometimes we don't know people's backstory. We don't know what happened to them in the past, and we think, oh, they just arrived. No, they've been doing this stuff for years. They've been working. They've been being who they are for years. It's just that at this appointed time, the spotlight was shining on them. When your spotlight comes to shine on you, will you be ready for it? Yes, you will. Because why? Because you speak it into yourself. You are speaking the positive things to yourself now. You're preparing yourself now. You are being who you are, and you're happy with being authentically you. So when it comes the time for you to share you with the world, you're going to be ready because you already prepared. God has already prepared you for it. I'm gonna go back to this. It was a scripture like in Luke, but I can't remember the specifics of it right now. But I do remember it was talking about the 10 lepers, and it was I was talking about that just a few minutes ago. How when he spoke to them and told them to go show themselves to the priest. Like I said, they weren't healed when he first said it, but he said, go show yourselves to the priest. They began to walk. And when they began to walk, they looked at themselves and realized they were healed. So they were healed as they went. So don't be waiting till, oh, I got to have everything in a row. I got to have every little duck in a row. I got to be healed of this. And no, I don't want you going out here spewing hurt on people, because if you hurt people will hurt other people. I do want you to change up that self-talk and get yourself together. But on your way to being total and completely whole, your walk can be beautiful. Your journey can be beautiful because you're changing even in the midst of that. And you will even look like they did. You will look down and begin to look at yourself and begin to look on the inside and see, man, that thing is gone. My whole self-talk has changed. I am a new person. I have changed the way I think about this. I remember when I would have thought this way, but I don't think that way anymore. Why? Because I'm pursuing to be authentically me. And I know that there's good in me, and I am going to continue to walk in that good and be who I am called to be. One part of that is just being grateful, guys, and being thankful for who you are. Be thankful for who you are. Be thankful for how you look, simple things. Because sometimes people make a big thing and they want to change everything about themselves. They want to make themselves completely over on the outside. So they're doing all these different things to make themselves change. Honey, change the inside. Because once you change the inside and you get that taken care of, and that is positive, and that is joyful, and that is happy, and that is all those great and wonderful things that you know that it can be, then the outside will follow, because you're looking at it differently. Your perspective will begin to change. And you won't be doing all these hurtful and harmful things to yourself, trying to make yourself look a certain way to present a certain image. You will present who you are when you put that positive thing on the inside of you, when you allow it to grow, you allow it to flourish. Sometimes we're not used to the positive. I remember when the teachers called me from the school and my kids were younger and they were calling me. I was like, oh my God, what happened? Who did what? I'm just thinking negative, negative, negative. And the teacher was like, no, nobody did anything. I was just calling to let you know how good, he was in class today, how good she was in class today. They did such a wonderful job. I just wanted to share some good news. And I was like, oh, okay. But we're so used to hearing the negative that a lot of times we'll just go with the negative. Even if I have seen people who are very positive people and they have that positive thing going, but they're not going to share that positive, because if somebody's sitting there speaking negative and they're not having problems, They like kind of stand off to the side and don't say nothing. And this person is just going on and on and on and on and on about all this negative stuff. I was like, no, if you're gonna be around me, I'm gonna speak some positive. So be prepared, because if you're going to speak a negative, I'm going to come back with a positive. Somewhere in there, I'm going to find some positives and I'm going to come back with it. Why? Because I want you to see you don't have to live in doom and gloom. You can live in the light. Because why? When Jesus came, well, when God came on the scene, he was like, let there be light. And what did the light do? Dispel the darkness. It pushed the darkness away. So we want to walk in the light, beautiful light. We want to walk in that light. And y'all, I know I'm churchy. I'm church. I grew up in church, and church is in me. So, it's going to come up out of me. But it is also, it's just walk in the light. The light, when he said, let there be light, the light dispelled the darkness. So that's what we want to be. We want to be in the light. We want to see who we really are. And when we see the areas that we want to work on, let's work on them. When we see the areas that I want to be better at that, then do it. Be better at it. Study it out. Go in and look. Watch other people. Watch yourself. And you can critique yourself sometimes. You can look at something and say, you know what? I could have did that just a little bit better. I do that with sometimes with the show. I'll go back and look at it and I'll be like, oh, Angie, you could have did this a little bit better. Or oh, you could have just changed this up a little bit right here. Or maybe you need to start doing this. And I'm working on things concerning my show because I want it to be better. I want it to be awesome. I want it to be great. You are welcome. You're more than welcome. I want everything to just continue to grow and to move forward. So I'm going to study it out. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to say, what can I do better for me, for this show? Back in the day, I probably wouldn't have even tried to do it. Why? Because I thought so negative about my own self that I wouldn't even thought that I could do it. But at the time that this was presented to me, my thought process had changed. And I was like, oh, yes, I can do that. And like I said, did I know what I was doing? No, no, still learning. I am still learning. And I am so excited about it. But you know something? I saw it before it happened. I knew that it was coming. I didn't know how it was coming, but I knew it was coming. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to be prepared for this because I see this in my head already. I see this in my head already. And when the opportunity came, I said yes to it. I want to read something to y'all because, and this is a poem that my mom found. I know y'all can't see that real good, but my mom found this. This is a poem I wrote when I was about 14 years old. I'm going to read this to you, and I laugh about it now, but I was like, God had a way, because I told y'all I love words. Even back then, I loved words. So this is a poem I wrote when I was like 13, 14. It says 10 were healed. 10 were healed, but one returned to offer God the praise. Now often we forget to note the blessings of our days. Grateful hearts, how rare they are. God grant that we may see thy love in all around us and offer thanks to thee. In the world which thou hast made, so much of beauty lies. We would bring thou thanks and love neath thy immortal skies. 10 were healed, but one returned, and made our master sigh. May we be the 1 in 10 to praise our God on high. I'm like, back in the day, girl, that's been a while ago. And I wrote that. My mom found it. It encouraged me because even then, God's words were important to me. And I look at that now. I said words were very important to me then. They're important to me now. That's why I'm careful about what I say. And I want us to be the 1 in 10. The 1 in 10 to praise him. The 1 in 10 to know that you are important to this world and that you're going to make a difference. The 1 in 10 that will speak life to yourself so that you can speak life into somebody else's heart, somebody else's life. The 1 in 10 that can praise through a difficult situation, knowing that you're coming out on the other side and you're going to be better because of it. that you will not allow yourself to live in depression, but you will walk out of it with the light of the word of the Lord in your heart, that you will continue to move forward and go forward and know that you can be authentically you. Be the one, be the 1 in 10 that will praise God for the authenticity of you, to know that you are. Thank you. Yes, Dana, you are the one. The 1 in 10. Be the one that will just speak that life to yourself so that you can do it for somebody else. And know that when you walk, wait, yes, you can be the one. So, you know what? It is awesome. I am say, yep, look at God. Never ever give up. I didn't give up and I keep pressing. And I see so much for myself in my own heart. I see so much for me. And I want you to see that same for you. I want you to see who you really are. I want you to find out who you really are. And I want you to walk in the fullness of who God created you to be. You are here for a purpose, and you're going to change the world one person at a time. And the first person you change is you. The first person you do that work with is you. Win yourself over, and you're going to win so many other people over. And they're going to realize that they can be authentically themselves also. And I'm being authentically me. So, guys, I thank you so much for joining me tonight. I thank you for being here with me and just listening to me say these words and speak to you. Make sure that you are speaking kindly to yourself. When you get off of here this weekend, make sure that you realize that you are important and that you be kind to you, and then you go be kind to somebody else, that you encourage you, and then you go encourage somebody else, that you love you, and then you go love somebody else. Make their lives as great as your life is, right? Speak those kind words into them that you will speak into your own life. Do that and have the most amazing weekend. I am Angela D. Oliphant, and I am allowing you to see, to hear, and to know that whole and beautiful is not just your destination, guys. It is most definitely your journey. Have a powerful and productive weekend, and I'll see you back here next week at 7 p.m. And you can do the replay on tomorrow at 4. You're probably going to be on the inside, so get somebody, share share the broadcast with somebody else. Let them know it's going to be on tomorrow at 4, and they can sit and they can listen to it, because we're all going to be kind of like sitting back and relaxing. All right, have a great weekend. Talk to you guys soon. Love you too, Jay. Bye, guys. Oh man, awesome.